My wife beats me and I have no one in my life. That was a voice check. And this is Degenerate Talk. The stupidest, most unnecessary, and if we get to episode 6 or 7, the most disgusting, vile, and gratuitous podcast on the internet. I'm the host, Comics or Not. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I almost didn't make another episode. Like, I recorded another episode. I was like 14, 16 minutes in. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is so stupid. Like, why am I talking about? I think the episode that the guy scrapped was supposed to be like fucking about uh, the Flash movie and Michael Keaton. Nobody gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that. Get that shit out of here. Let's talk about something important. Something that we can something that's tangible. I mean, not that the theories behind it aren't tangible. It's like, who cares about the DCEU right now, you know? Like, I know some of you actually care. I care somewhat, but at the end of the day, it's like, can we get like movies that actually show what DC is capable of? Like, get that shit out of there. But anyway, this episode, I was having an epiphany. Not, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm gonna be real with you. I was having a moment of speculation. I guess I was like questioning what's next comics wise, because let's be real, like a lot of things comics wise. I mean, sure, you could predict a lot of like let's be real here. When it comes to speculating, air quotes, about comics, it's pretty predictable. Like, if you were like watching, like, if you were like watching DC or the comics industry like a couple of months ago, you would have been like, oh yeah, DC's gonna leave Diamond. But like, the fact that they left, it's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's still like the fact that they left, even though we knew it was coming. Like, the signs were there. It's like when your fucking girlfriend, like when you know you're in an unhappy your ex girlfriend thought that she was in an unhappy relationship, and you were like the happiest fucking person in the world, but you knew like one of these days she's gonna fucking come into the room while you're sitting there on watching the TV in bed with your hands cuffed to your balls or some shit, and she just walks in and is like, I can't do this anymore. And then you're just like, but yeah, it's like that. Like, I can't believe that actually happened. Like, I can't believe you did, like, DC. I can't believe you did that, dude. Like, but yeah, this episode. It's like, what's next for the industry? Like what for comics? Like, I know for a lot of for maybe like half or some of us out there, it's like very pessimistic, where it's like it's all gonna be like there's no going up from here, you know, like oh, DC left Diamond, they fucking destroyed the fucking ecosystem of the fucking industry, like everything's fucked, it's all getting derailed, and just like, and you know what, I get that, but at the same time, it's like, it's good to see something be different, especially when it's Diamond related, because like, what the fuck, dude? Like, for me, it's like a lot of your like a lot of the comic book stores or retailers and stuff like that. Their main complaint is like DC left, and like it really fucked everything for us, because now we have to do a lot of shifting around, and like DC's new comic book day is like fucking a day before Marvel's and the rest, and it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, you know, like, but for me, it's like, this is a chance to see where we can go. Like, as the, like, DC, regardless if they're doing just, if they're doing this for like profit or whatever, right? Because every company does that, right? But regardless of all that, it's like a chance to see what we're capable of. You know, like, this is a chance for DC to show how comics can grow outside of a industry where we're all under the same umbrella. Because let's be real here, Diamond wasn't going to be fucking Diamond was not going to hike up their fucking pants, fucking and innovate. You know, like they weren't gonna push anything innovative. They were just gonna fucking do the same shit they were doing in the fucking like 30 years ago. So what was the fucking point of staying? Like that's my main reason. It's like if we are still under Diamond's, like if Diamond is still putting their cock in everybody's mouth, what the fuck is the point of trying? Like the reason, like when this whole COVID-19 bullshit happened, right? Diamond did not have a fucking plan to sort everything out, and literally all it took was them saying we're closing for the entire industry to fucking close. Like it was not DC's decision to close. It wasn't Marvel's decision to close. It wasn't Image's decision to close. Diamond just said they're closing. Like that's how much power they had in the fucking first place. You know? Like but anyway, I'm digressing. Like we're in a post Diamond air quote world. We're not in a post. I guess I'll get into that first, right? Is Diamond going to be here within like the next couple of years? Like DC was 30% of their profit, right? Like DC, like Marvel's like the majority, but DC was like 30. That's a chunk. That's a love handle. That's a titty. That's a fat guy tit size portion that DC just fucking took from Diamond. Like Diamond was already not making a lot of money to begin with because you know comics, but like like and this is me saying this because like Marvel's not leaving Diamond anytime soon unless Diamond fucking sinks, right? Because Diamond, like as I said in like the first episode, I have to, by the way, episode 1 is going to be re-uploaded to this channel because episode 1 was uploaded on a different channel, but that channel was on my personal email, and I made this channel as the Comics Are Not YouTube channel. So once this gets uploaded, I'm going to upload episode 1 just for anybody who wants to watch episode 1. But yeah, like I said in the first episode, Marvel has been so silent this entire time about all the situation with Diamond and DC, the situation with comics being delayed and stores closing. I mean, they've been pretty supportive of retailers by donating money, and a lot of guys have been doing all that. But yeah, like Marvel's like so complacent with Diamond right now. It's just like them leaving is not even on the board right now. So I'm not really gonna get into Marvel a lot into this conversation because like, ugh. Sorry, I'm eating a really good sandwich. Like it's just Marvel leaving isn't in the cards right now. Like maybe like if they see like that's the thing with Marvel and DC. It's like one of them is always the cat or like the dog who's chasing whatever the fuck, and one of them's the cat who's just watching and waiting to do something. Like Marvel right now is just watching what DC is doing because DC right now just fucking landed in the fucking minefield of who the fuck, what the fuck did you just do? You know, like we don't know where DC's gonna go. Like, but yeah, I guess it's like Diamond might not be here in like the next 5 to 10 years because there's not gonna be another publisher like DC that's gonna show up. It's Marvel, DC, Image, everybody else, right? DC is an important figure. Like even if Image left Diamond, DC and Marvel would still be able to hold up the weight. But DC fucking left, and Marvel is not gonna be able to fucking do shit. So if DC never comes back to Diamond, which is a theory I see a lot of people like saying, like maybe if none of this, like maybe this is DC leaving is just like a sign to Marvel, like to Diamond, that's like we don't need you. I could take care of myself, you know, like fuck you. But if things go sour, just like, oh, just, hey honey, can I come back to the house? You know, just Diamond. Sorry about everything I said earlier. It's just like I kind of see DC coming back eventually, but right now it's too early to tell. And to be honest, they've been doing a lot of decision making that leads me to believe it's like maybe it's not gonna fucking happen. But yeah, uh, another thing. This is a theory I heard. I think it was Sal from Comic Pop say. He was a really good guy. I don't know him personally. I'm just saying, But like, he said that DC has been doing a lot of things digital wise, and this is like a bare bones summarization of what he said. But essentially, it's like DC is going to Warner Brothers is probably going to move all the movie and TV stuff from DC Universe to HBO Max, which I hope that's not the case, but it probably is. But yeah, they're gonna do that shit, and then they're gonna just leave the comic side because, believe it or not, a lot of people that downloaded DC Universe downloaded it for the comics, which I thought was weird because like you have all these shows and shit, and but whatever. Um, a lot of people downloaded DC Universe for the comics, which hey, shit, like can't believe that. But maybe DC is taking the steps to turn DC Universe into Comixology, and DC is going to leave Comixology and do their own digital thing. Which, if that's the case, oh my fucking god. Like, I can't even fucking comprehend what that would lead to. If that was the case, and if we're saying that Marvel's watching this whole thing going down, I could see Marvel doing the same thing with Marvel Unlimited, but at the same time, it's like Marvel Unlimited hasn't been fucking updated in a billion years. Like, they update their comics, but, like, the UI is fucking a billion years old, and everything is unorganized and random, and if you press the logo on the Marvel Unlimited thing, if you press the logo on the top left corner, it just gives you a random fucking comic. I don't want to fucking do that. Why would I want to read a random comic? Get that shit out of here. But yeah, because like DC Universe has its own. Because for all of you digital buyers, we buy books off of Comixology. It's like they have their own guided read thing, where it's like if you don't want to see the whole page, you just want to see a panel. It just like you read that panel on page one, and then you go to panel two, and like DC has that on their app, and it's pretty good. So maybe it's DC is just like slowly but surely like arming up DC Universe to be their digital hub to buy digital comics. And to be honest with you, as cool as that sounds, I don't know. I don't know. Like, if as much as I'm pretty much exclusively digital. I do buy trades here and there, but it's like it's only if I really like the book. But if DC goes full digital, I don't really know. Like, maybe they're taking a book out of the manga route, where like manga in the U.S. at least is mostly read digital. Like, sure, you got people that buy volumes, but it's usually after they read the chapters online through like a scan or like Manga Plus, like or some shit like that. Like I and this theory is only from Sal from Comic Pop. I've not seen anybody else talk about this, but it's like so it's very like a very speculatory thing, but it's like I could see it happening, but at the same time, most of me is like DC would not leave Comixology. Like I feel like I feel like the competition on Comixology just isn't like extreme enough for DC to want to leave. Like, it's like fine, like okay, like we'll stay, but it's like okay, yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about is just how DC plans to like. Okay, so basically, when DC left, they pretty much said, "Oh, we're gonna be distributing comics through two places. One is gonna be fucking Midtown, I think it was, and the other one's gonna be some other shit, right?" Um, a lot of people were talking about how this could like a very few amount of people were talking about how this could be like bad because like, oh my god, Diamond was a monopoly. Like DC is giving the other two people the power, and now more Diamond has competition, and if more publishers leave Diamond, then they're gonna go to those two, and then next thing you know, you have another monopoly. It's like, no, I don't really see that either. Like if I feel like because, like, let's be real, Image, where is Image based at? Hold on, let me check that. But, I feel like it's like, that's very pessimistic. like, like, we're still too, like, that's the problem with speculating, right? It's like, we're too early to actually, like, tell, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I can't see Midtown and then the other guy fucking uh being so, like, I can see them being a competitor, but I don't see them running the whole fucking business like Diamond. And even if that is the case, I feel like those two would have been learning from Diamond's lessons in the fucking first place, and hopefully take the shot to actually innovate. But hey, that's like years down the line. So let's see what else. Another thing is what's gonna happen, like, sales wise. Like, I know a lot of people like are talking about like how comics are in the sewer and comics sales are at an all time low and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. But it's like comics have been selling fairly consistently for like the past 20, not 20, but like 15 years, like 15, 20ish years. Could sales go up if DC takes the lead and makes some good decisions? Obviously, like, good decisions doesn't equate to success, financial success, right? But could DC's decisions fuck, could their decisions lead to somebody down the line for finding their ideas and making it so that, like, for example, DC is, or comics are trying to compete with younger, like YA, right? They're trying to compete with young adult books, right? Because young adult books are like a massive fucking industry. But a lot of young adult books are bought digitally because kids are on their fucking phones and tablets and computers and shit, right? So, because, and also this is me saying this because a lot of us don't talk about it, but like digital is still like, digital for comics is still like a fucking Wild West thing. Like, there's so many things we have not done. Like, we have DC and Marvel Unlimited, but like, what if we like did what manga does? Like, manga has this thing called Manga Plus where you pay like a couple dollars a month and you get the latest books, that like the weekly books that come out, you get it that the day it comes out at a subscription. But that's different because manga is literally like Pulp Fiction. It's newsprint. It's very cheap. Like, it's very cheaply made at a very cheap price. So like the manga plus subscription is like $2 a month, but comics are like made more expensively. Like, the paper is like more like tougher and durable and more vibrant, and the covers are better and all that shit. So that maybe it'd be cool if like DC, if DC does leave Comixology and go to their own digital route, it'd be cool if we got like the DC Universe thing where it's $7 a month, right? And it's just, you pay weekly to read the book. They read the books that the day it comes out. So like I think DC's new comic book day is Tuesday or some shit. So, so every Tuesday when the books come out, you get the books on digital because you have the subscription for it, right? So, uh, I doubt that would be the case because since books are so expensive, like books are like $2 to $5 or even $10 to $8 depending on the page size. I doubt that that would be the case. Like, if DC were to do that subscription route where it's just like, hey, if you fucking subscribe to our shit for like $5 a month, you get Batman 2016 every fucking week. Like, I fucking doubt it. It would be cool, but I feel like they would only do that if it was like a $20 a month thing. And I wouldn't pay $20 a month to fucking do that. I'm also gonna, by the way, this is gonna be a short podcast because I'm actually busy doing stuff with my car. So I actually made this topic mostly because it's a very quick topic. So, in all, I feel like the industry can only go up from here. Like, maybe not sales wise, but like morally and progressively, like, we're in a new era of comics where we have no idea, like, the predictability of comics is so, like, obscure now. Like, the veil of everything is like, you can still see it, but it's like, what the fuck, like it's all like, new paths have been opened, essentially. And it's exciting and scary to know that DC is gonna be making a lot of lessons. Like, they're gonna be learning a lot of lessons throughout these next couple of years, and it's gonna be weird to see how things go, especially on Marvel's side, because Marvel right now is the kid in the back who brought his Nintendo DS to school when he finishes the work before everybody else, and he just has free time. Like, he finished his fucking math test, so he just pulls out his Nintendo DS and plays Pokemon Diamond on his fucking, trying to catch a fucking Togepi or some shit, because he's just watching everybody doing their shit, because it's like, I don't want to fucking, like, I don't want to mess up something I don't want to go into something without knowing what I'm getting into. But at the same time, maybe Marvel is just, like, being a fucking pussy about everything, and they're just, like, clinging on to Diamond's ball sack right now, just fucking, like, watching DC run away or some shit. And you know what? I'm fine. like Marvel, if you just want to, like, I'm fine with you not saying shit if you're gonna do something eventually, but right now it looks like you're just playing possum. But anyway, this is gonna be the end of Degenerate Talk episode 4. I know it was a very kind of rough episode, and I could have done a lot better on some things, but hey, it's weird times we're living in, and you know, like shit happens, life happens. I'm doing shit, you're doing shit. Everything's coming out left field. Even if we're talking about comics, if we're talking about life, if we're talking about business, everything right now in the current times we live in are so left field. It's not even funny. Anyway, I'm your host, Comics or Not, and this has been Degenerate Talk. Bye!